So Hornbeam Wood Hedgehog Sanctuary, we're a charity based in Harpenden. We rescue hedgehogs, so European hedgehogs. Most of the hedgehogs we rescue, depending on the time of the year, have injuries. So injuries to legs are common. Also bite marks generally around their heads. Sometimes, depending on the time of the year, they get fly strike, which is pretty bad. Then other times of the year they become emaciated, so very hungry, or dehydrated, so very thirsty, and then we deal with those injuries and we give them medical treatment to bring them back to full health. And just about all hedgehogs are released back into the wild, generally speaking back to the place they came from, but at the moment it's a bit difficult because of the COVID-19, so a lot of hedgehogs aren't going to the exact spot they came from. So that's generally what we do. The sanctuary itself, we can probably, a maximum of about 80 hedgehogs is what I can deal with. We're kind of unlimited, but the problem is we have hutches that are there, and there's about 80 of them, and so that's all I can kind of take. We've got 3 locations where hedgehogs are looked after or rehabilitated. One is inside a stable block where the more intensive care hedgehogs are. Another one is inside some sheds, and the third one is outside in hutches outside. Hello everyone, hi Becky, sorry, I will get back to the chat. I'm going to quickly do this spiel and then I'm going to sort of walk about, and I will get back to all the wonderful comments I can see here, lots of hearts. So we've been operating since 2015. Last year about 250, 300 hedgehogs were rescued. This year we're probably going to match that, if not more. The hedgehogs, generally speaking, are all from the local area, Harpenden, Hampstead, Kimpton, up to Hatfield, a bit further afield than that, maybe St Albans, Markyate, sometimes from Cambridge. So it's quite a big area, but generally speaking, it's quite local. At the moment, the hedgehogs are, well, they're doing a little bit better than they have been, but they've been in decline, severe decline. So the population's been going down. Main reason for that is loss of habitat. So that is just purely where they live. Traditionally, hedgehogs obviously like hedges, and that's where they spend most of their time. And then other places they really like are gardens. So we've got 2 types of hedgehogs, really. Urban hedgehogs, which are garden hedgehogs, and rural hedgehogs, which are field woodland hedgehogs. It's just a preference on where they prefer to live, that's all. So most of the hedgehogs we get are actually urban hedgehogs, but we do get quite a lot of rural hedgehogs too. So the hedgehogs, generally speaking, are here for about a week, 2 weeks. Sometimes they could be 3 months. It all depends on the injuries they have. The longest period we'll ever have a hedgehog, or one of our hedgehog fosters will be over the winter period when they hibernate, because hedgehogs hibernate over winter time. So around late autumn time, around about October-ish, somewhere like that, they'll start hibernating, finding a nest to hibernate, and they'll stay sleeping in hibernation until the springtime. So the actual hibernation process, it's not a sleep, it's got their body temperature reduces to match the outside temperature, and they do this for months on end, don't move, they're curled up in a tight ball. The main reason they do this is just purely for lack of food. So that's, they don't actually have to hibernate, but they do that to preserve their energy, nutrients. So that's a little bit about hedgehogs. Now, what I want to do now is I'm going to put the camera on my head, so then you'll see my hands, you won't see my face. I'll then go quickly look at the chat, see what I've missed, answer some questions, and I'm going to walk around 3 different sort of gardens here that have been created for hedgehogs that will give you some tips on hedgehogs and what you can do in your garden to help encourage hedgehogs in your garden, and even help them out if you've even got them there already with supplementing food and habitats. Right,